To perform georeferencing, click on raster on menu bar and click on georeferencer. Now we can see georeferencer window. I recommend you to go through all the available tools on window and practice it. To open and hide tools and panels, right click on the area of empty toolbar. For example, now I close and open GCP table which is located in the down of window. Once you are familiar with tools in the window, click on the file followed by a click on Open Raster. It opens a Open Raster pop-up window. Navigate to specific place where you have saved your downloaded topographical sheet. In my case, I have saved it on the desktop in the name of base map. I click on the base map and click on OK. Now we can see the topographical sheet on the screen. Use zoom and pan map tool to navigate on the map and look at the latitude and longitude mentioned at the corner of topographical sheet. In left top, the latitude value is 29 degree and longitude value is 73 degree 30 minutes. Move to right top of topographical sheet using pan map tool. The value of latitude is 29 degree and value of longitude is 75 degree. Further, move to right bottom of topographical sheet. Here the value of latitude is 28 degree and value of longitude is 75 degree. Then move left bottom to topographical sheet. Here the value of latitude is 28 degree and value of longitude is 73 degree 30 minutes. I click on zoom to layer tool to see the entire map on the screen. We have seen latitude and longitude information for 4 places which can be used for georeferencing this topographical sheet. To do that, I zoom left top corner of topographical sheet as much as possible to see intersection of latitude and longitude. Then click on edit and select add point. Now we can see the cursor is changed into plus sign, which indicates odd point tool is activated. Left click exactly on the intersection. Now we can see enter map coordinates window. Read the instruction given on the window. Latitude and longitude information of a point can be entered in 3 different formats such as DMS, which stands for degree minutes and second, and DD, which stands for decimal degrees or projected coordinate format. As we are going to enter the value in degree minutes seconds, first we have to enter degree, then a space and minutes, then a space and seconds. As we do not have seconds and minutes in some of our values, we can stop after entering degree or minutes. As the values of longitude get increases horizontally, longitude value has to be entered as X, and as the values of latitude increasing vertically, the latitude value has to be entered as Y. For the first intersection, I type 73, a space and 30 as X, 29 in Y. Now you click on OK. Now we can see a dot is created on top of intersection as well as a row is added in GCP table. GCP stands for ground control point. It is the term used to indicate the collected location information on the ground to register a map. Using a map pen tool, move to the right top of topographical sheet. Click on edit menu and click on add points, then click on intersection of latitude and longitude. On the pop-up window, enter the respective latitude and longitude values. Then click on OK. Now we can witness there are 2 rows on GCP table. It is clear that creation of a point on the topographical sheet creates a row on the GCP table. We will discuss about table after entering all the 4 points. Move to 3rd and 4th corner of topographical sheet and enter the respective latitude and longitude values. Now look at the GCP table. When you uncheck the visible of rows, you can see it is partially getting hide on the map. The column ID indicates the unique ID number of points that was created. It starts from number 0. Source X and Y indicates the coordinate system stored by system to save topographical sheet. Dest X and Dest Y shows the value that has entered by us. See the first and last X values, which is the value of longitude. We have entered as 73 degree and 30 minutes, but the software has converted into 73.5, which is in the form of decimal degrees. Now we will see why it is necessary to convert degree, minutes, seconds into decimal degrees. Degree, minutes and seconds are specified in 3 individual units for a single point. To save this information into system, these 3 individual units should be converted into single unit. Hence, the minutes and seconds should be converted into degrees. For example, we assume that we have latitude value of 29 degree, 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Longitude value of 75 degree, 30 minutes and 15 seconds. To convert this from DMS value to DT, we keep latitude degree value of 29 as it is, then 15 is divided by 60 to convert into degrees and 10 is divided by 3600. Now we get the answer of 29.25278. In the same way, we can calculate DD value of longitude. The answer is 75.50147. That's why the latitude value of 75 degree 30 seconds is converted into decimal degrees. There are no values in dx, dy and residual pixels at present. We will discuss about it little later. To continue georeferencing, click on Settings and click on Transformation Settings. On the pop-up window, click on Select CRS icon at the right side of Target CRS. Type WGS space 84 in filter option. Then select WGS 84 EPSG: 4326. Then followed by a click on OK. Then click on browser icon at the right side of output raster. Navigate to specific folder where you want to save georeferenced result. In my case, I save this in the folder named georeferencing on the desktop. The default name of the file is basemap_modified.tif. If you wish to change the name, you can change, or you can save with default name. I change the name as georef_image followed by a dot and TIF and click on save. Now click on OK on transformation settings window and see dx, dy and residual pixel values. The values in these columns indicates the error in georeferencing. The values in the dx and dy indicates the error caused in the entered x and y values, and residual indicates the overall error of that point. If you see any single value having higher error than other values, it indicates there is a human error caused due to misplace of GCP point on the intersection of latitude and longitude, or entering the value in Enter Map Coordinates pop-up window. In such case, the value of x and y can be changed by double click on it. Or we can remove the GCP point from the table and can be created once again. Look at the transformation polynomial mean error at the right bottom of window. The error values near 0 is having higher accuracy, while increasing from 0 is having low accuracy. To increase the accuracy of georeferencing, more number of GCP can be added on the map and also placing the GCP point on exact location. Now click on File and click on Start Georeferencing. Now you can see a small pop-up window followed by a successful tag down of toolbar. Now the process of georeferencing is over. To make sure my file is saved correctly, I minimize the software and open georeferencing folder on my desktop. Here I can see the saved georeference map. I come back to QGIS and close the georeferencer window. Now software asks, do you want to save entered GCP point? When we work with large number of GCP points, it is advised to save it. As I have entered only few points, I feel it is not necessary to save, so I click on Discard. To open the georeferenced image, click on Layer and click on Add Layer followed by a click on Add Raster Layer. Browse to the place where you have saved your data. Select the data followed by a click on Open. Then click on Add on Data Source Manager followed by a click on Close. If you cannot see the map on the canvas, right click on Layer panel and click on Zoom to Layer. Move the cursor on the map and see the coordinate in the status bar. Now we can see the respective latitude and longitude information of the place wherever we move our cursor. In GIS, we use two types of coordinate system. One is geographic coordinate system, the another one is projected coordinate system. The short form of geographic coordinate system is GCS and the short form of projected coordinate system is PCS. GCS indicates the location on three-dimensional Earth surface. Hence, its units are represented in degree, minute, seconds. PCS are produced by projecting GCS into a flat surface. So, PCS indicates the location on plane surface. Hence, GCS is necessary to define PCS for a data in GIS. The units of PCS are in meters. There are hundreds of geographic coordinate systems and thousands of projected coordinate systems are existing for use. In addition, we can also develop a custom coordinate system for our need. Among the several coordinate systems, WGS84 coordinate system is popularly used geographical coordinate system and UTM projected coordinate system is commonly used projected coordinate system. WGS stands for World Geodetic System and number 84 stands for the year 1984 when it was established. The coordinate origin of WGS84 is meant to be located at the Earth's center of mass. It is used in cartography, geodesy and satellite navigation including GPS. It is established and maintained by National Geospatial Agency, United States of America. A geographic coordinate system has following components. The first one is angular unit, the unit of measure on the spherical reference system. The second one is spheroid, the reference spheroid for the coordinate transformation. The third one is datum, which defines the relationship of reference spheroid to the Earth's surface. The fourth one is prime meridian, the longitude origin of the spherical reference system. EPSG stands for European Petroleum Survey Group and is an organization that maintains a geodetic parameter database with standard codes which is called as EPSG code. Remember that we have used EPSG :4326-WGS84 coordinate system for our image registration. Universal Transverse Mercator Projected Coordinate System. UTM stands for Universal Transverse Mercator. It is an international locational reference system that depicts the Earth's three-dimensional surface in a relatively accurate two-dimensional manner. It is used to project the spatial data located between 80° north latitude and 80° south latitude. The area above these latitudes are projected using the different coordinate system called Universal Polar Stereographic Coordinate System. To understand the coordinate system more clearly, I open Google Earth. The Earth model, what we see here is developed based on WGS84 coordinate system. The latitude and longitude values we see here shows the location information on spherical Earth. When this spherical model is projected using any projection, we get projected coordinate system data. As I said earlier, among the projection coordinate system, UTM is commonly used. I open UTM zones grid on Google Earth for our better understanding. UTM projected coordinate system divides the Earth into 60 zones vertically. Each zone covers 6 degrees of Earth's surface. The zone 1 starts at 180° meridian or at international dateline. The zone 60 ends at adjacent to zone 1. The northern limits of coordinate system is 84° north latitude and the southern limit of coordinate system is 80° south latitude. Due to the higher distraction in the polar region, UTM projection system is not used. To project polar region, another coordinate system called Universal Polar Stereographic Coordinate System is used. Further, the coordinate system is divided as rows from C to X except I and O. because it may be misunderstood with number 1 and 0. Rho covers the area of 8 degree latitudinally except rho x, which covers the area of 12 degrees. The southern pole is indexed as A and B. The northern pole is indexed as Y and Z. Further, the coordinate system is divided into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Even in the same zone, the area located in the northern and southern hemisphere are projected differently. Hence, it is necessary to understand our working data is located in which zone and which hemisphere. Now we will move to UTM zones of India. As you can see on the window, India is covered by 6 zones of UTM coordinate system. If you see from western boundary of country, it starts from zone 42, zone 43, zone 44, zone 45, zone 46 and ends with zone 47. Thus, it is important to identify the zonal location of our data before defining the projected coordinate system for it. For example, the entire Kerala state falls within zone 43. Hence, zone 43 northern hemisphere can be used for projecting entire state. In the case of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, the area which falls under zone 43 should be projected using 43 northern hemisphere projection system, and area which falls under zone 44 should be projected using 44 northern hemisphere projection system. By seeing UTM zone boundaries, it is clear that most of the Indian states cannot be projected with single zone in UTM projection coordinate system, but part of the state can be projected using respective UTM zones. Now we will move on to software to define the projected coordinate system for our georeferenced image. Click on Add Raster icon on Manage Layer. You may keep this toolbar in some other location of window. Look at the toolbar where it is located. If it is not available on the screen, open the tool by right-click on the empty toolbar. I click on Add Raster icon, then browse to the place where I have saved georeferenced image and opening it, followed by a click on Add and Close. To find out the location of topographical sheet on UTM zones, I identify any famous location on topographical sheet. And enter it into Google Earth search. It shows the toposit is falling in zone 43. Hence, we will assign zone 43 northern hemisphere to project our registered topographical sheet. To define projected coordinate system, right click on the layer and click on Export followed by a click on Save As. Click the Browse button at the right side of file name to save the projected map. Go to the specific folder where you want to save. In my case, I go to folder georeferencing on desktop and saving the file in the name of pro_image.tif. Here, .tif indicates the file format in which our data will be stored. Next, click on Select CRS button at the right side of CRS and type UTM43N in filter. You may see few coordinate system. Among it, select WGS/84 UTM zone 43 north, which is having EPSG code of 32643, and click on OK, followed by a click on OK on Save Raster Layer As. Now you can see the projected image on the canvas. Move the cursor on the map and see the coordinates on the status bar. Still it is showing the latitude and longitude values, which is belongs to geographical coordinate system. As this project was working with geographic coordinate system, it shows the latitude and longitude value even after opening the projected coordinate system map. To understand the properties of these two maps, right click on georeferenced image on layer panel and click on properties and look at the information by clicking on information table. It shows EPSG:4326-WGS84-geographic as CRS. Now right click on projected image and see the property information. It shows EPSG 32643 hyphen WGS84 slash UTM zone 43 north hyphen projected. This confirms our data is projected. Now click on the project on menu bar followed by a click on new. Now you may get the pop-up window asking whether you want to save this project or not. Click on discard to unsave it. Open the projected topographical data on canvas and look at the coordinates on the status bar. Now the units are in meters, which is the measurement units of projected coordinate system. Use the measurement tool on the attribute toolbar. We can get three kinds of tools by clicking on the down arrow near the measurement tool. There are measure line, measure area and measure angle. Use measure line tool to measure the length of linear feature on topographical sheet. When you left click on the mouse, it creates a node on the topographical sheet. Click continuously, giving some space between the nodes to measure the length of the feature. On the pop-up window, we can see the length of feature that is measured by us. Click on new on pop-up window if you want to create the new measurement. The units of measurement can be changed from option available on the window. To close it, click on close. Use measure area tool from the toolbar and measure any area on the topographical sheet. Now we have completed the process of georeferencing. Remove the data from layer panel and close the software. In today's class, we have discussed about how to perform georeferencing in QGIS, what is geographic and projected coordinate system, WGS84 geographic coordinate system, UTM zones in projected coordinate system, how to assign projected coordinate system to a data in GIS. To know more about QGIS and coordinate system, please visit www.qgis.org.